We had to adjust, of course, and thought the MEAC officials, South Carolina State, with the NCCU administration, made the correct decision. That was to postpone the game, reschedule it. Certainly, looking out for the welfare of our student athletes first, coaches, and so forth. So certainly it was a great call in light of what happened after the fact. And then from then, it's just been about being in touch with the families, those who are in distress or severely affected by the Hurricane Florence and the subsequent storms and damages that followed, and seeing how we could be of an assistance. And now it's about refocusing our young men on the academic task at hand and getting ready to play this football game. So eventful week, one of those curveballs that life throws at you, and I'm sure we all grew as part of this experience.
Last couple of years, you guys have played them in the opener. Is it to your advantage to have more film on them that you never played them in week 3, week 4 this season?
I've answered this question before, and the honest matter-of-fact answer is no. Because what happens is as you go along in the season, and there's that big jump from game 1 to 2 or 2 to 3. And so we're really getting a much better version of Duke. You hear Coach Cutcliffe ever talk about opening games and whatnot. Like every coach, he's always very concerned about sloppy play and things like that. So you have to get those things out of the way. Now they're really firing on all cylinders. And so you're going to get a better version. I like to think we are as well, but it will not make the game any easier. The film does not help, no.
How do you feel those first guys kind of stay on the field and sustain drives against their defense?
I think it's a question that's easier said than done. I believe it's a mindset thing. That's my humble experience of being around this program over the last 3-4 years and playing these guys. I think there's a mind block or something there about playing Duke. Certainly a little disappointed in just the competition level of the outcomes. The performances can be better. Certainly expecting a better one. My challenge to our players is that for those of you guys who are from the Bull City, this is a great game. A lot of young men in our program have made their careers here from playing in that game. Ryan Smith and some others who've had good opportunities going forward because of the stage. And we all know about the community connections and things like that. But my whole thing is I would like to see us stick around and be in the game longer. That would show improvement to me. And you're right. In order for us to do that, we would have to execute, successfully on the field, sustain drives, maybe help flip the field if we're not necessarily scoring. And we'll do a couple things this week to address that from a mental standpoint and a preparation standpoint.
Is there anything at all that you guys were able to do to take advantage of the unexpected bye week due to Hurricane Florence and having an extra week to prepare for probably your toughest opponent of the season?
Yeah, the number one answer to that is we got healed up. We had some guys with some bumps and bruises. We have a couple young men who had undergone, surgery week or weeks before, and so that gives them another week to, without a game being affected, to be off their feet, rest up, heal. So I expect that we'll be fresh, that we're going into, even though this is our third contest or week 4, whatever it may be, we're not as banged up as we would have other been for a potentially physical football game.
What does this game specifically mean for you? Since this is your first time participating in this rivalry as the head coach, what is it that you want to get out of this with your first-time experience?
Well, with much respect, it's an honor to be on the opposite sideline of Coach David Cutcliffe, who I have just a great, deep respect for and what he means to the football coaching community, fraternity, what he stands for. To be able to have our team or my team go head-to-head with his is going to be good. I mean, he's an offensive wizard, and so had the pleasure, or not so much a pleasure, of defending his offenses in the past. It's just another opportunity, but it's really about Central versus Duke, not just for me. I'm looking forward to the ACC officials, what I can learn from an officiating standpoint as far as sideline organization, getting the team ready and making judgment calls to put our team in the best position for success.
Talk about defending his offense. I think, I could be wrong, last year they may have only punted maybe 3 or 4 times the entire game. How do you get them off the field defensively?
That's about right. You you have to stay ahead of the chains with Duke. And here's why it's so hard. And ACC guys, Coach Fedora will tell you that too, is that they just do such a good job of being efficient with the football. I really believe they have somebody there charting, okay, play 1, 4 yards, play 2, 4 yards, okay, it's 3rd and 2, you know? And they just do such a good, so you want to get them in third and long situations where maybe the entire playbook now is not offered available to them, with the opportunity defensively to either bring pressure if you want or play some coverage that they have 7, 8 yards. What we found in the past is that not bringing pressure, I'm not saying we're going to do it this time, but not bringing pressure with the kind of quarterbacks and their efficiency kind of has worked against us. And that's been our Achilles heel with success. Versus teams more like us, we have a better matchup situation, so bringing pressure does not necessarily equal a great risk. And when you play Duke, you have to be careful at what points on the field you are, where you are in the game, and all those things playing a factor. But the short answer is they've just done a very good job of staying ahead of the chains, and when you get to 3rd and 2 or 4th and 1, they want to pound and run the football. It just puts us in a very, very difficult situation.
Also, last couple of years, falling behind by a pretty big margin early. They scored like their first 4 or 5 drives. How important is it for you guys to stop the bleeding if it starts and get a stop early, kind of get some confidence going too?
I think it's very important because I think that plays into the whole mental aspect, mental block of the game. I don't think this is an offense or defense or special teams things issue by itself. I think this is a complete football performance thing. And so I think everybody in all 3 phases have got to show up and give incredible effort to give us a chance to stay in the game. It's just not going to work if one side is performing and the other side is not. It's still going to be, in my opinion, just a bad defeat. And so it's important that all 3 phases show up, execute, and really give great effort. That's what's going to allow us to make this more of a game, give us a chance to win, maybe turn it into something.
Just playing, we talk about your young guys who haven't played, or maybe you didn't, the young guys who haven't played here before. Just playing in that opening game against Prairie View on the national stage, where they kind of help them not get the bright eyes going over to Duke next week, Saturday?
I think it does. I think there's something to that. I quite haven't put my finger on it in all some 19, 20 years coaching, but I think there's something. It's like a lot of things in life. It's about experience. It's about, okay, really everything coaches said is the field's still 100 yards, and, you know, it's 53 and a third wide, and first down's a first down, and they get all those things kind of out of the way. That human being is not going to run through me and I'm going to, die. I'm going to be okay once I make a hit. So all those things are, they kind of get out of the way. And Duke will be a different experience for those of our young players who this is their first time at a BCS, because what they're going to find out is that the intensity and the speed level is at another, entire level. And that's something that you have to experience. I hope to be able to say coming out of this, when I say play fast, now you have an idea what I mean when I say play fast, because it will only serve to help us going forward.
Do you think in the past, when you played them that first game of the season, the speed of the game kind of caught you guys off, as opposed to now you played 3 games?
Absolutely. You cannot replicate it. Coach Cutcliffe is not known for having a tempo offense, but I think in Daniel Jones's first year when he started, he came out and it was no huddles, boom, 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 boom. It was like nothing we would have ever experienced in the MEAC. We would have to go back to when we played ECU to even get that type of tempo. Our offense has a no huddle tempo to it, but again, the efficiency and the accuracy and how precise they were, we could not replicate that. So that definitely kind of really put us on our heels.
This has been an exclusive presentation of the NCCU Sports Network.